Hello there, fellow gamer dads. It's Woody Tut, and today we're going to be talking about balancing dad life and gaming. As a gamer dad myself, I know how hard it can be trying to find time for gaming while also be there for your family. So I put together these tips to hopefully help you find that perfect balance. Tip number one, setting a gaming schedule that works for you and your family. By allocating specific times for gaming, you can ensure that you're not neglecting your family responsibilities. For example, you could play when the kids go to bed or during their nap times. Make sure to communicate with your schedule with your partner to avoid any conflicts. So for me personally, what we did is me and my wife sat down and figured out the times that would work for us. So the ones that I think are more unique and I'd like to talk about is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Monday and Tuesday, me and the missus sat down and decided those were the days that I could come down here and I could sit down and play. And so that's between 6 and 9 p.m. And so that means she would handle the kids, she would handle the home in the evening, the nighttime routine, and all that, while I would be in the basement. But that also meant that Wednesdays and Thursdays, I would be up there. And if she was going out or if she had some work to do in the evenings, then I would be handling the kids and I would be handling the house. So that was a schedule that worked for us. And tip number two is involving your kids. You know, what better way than to enjoy a game is when you're enjoying it with your kids. Now that my 13-year-old is older, I enjoy playing Warzone 2 with him. But you also want to pick age-appropriate video games, so I make sure in the settings that inappropriate language is turned off on his game. And he's only able to communicate with his party, which is me. So that's a way for me to share my passion and to spend time and to enjoy video games. Real quick, do y'all know those guys that stop their video and ask you to like and subscribe right in the middle? Jeez, so annoying. All right, this third tip is something that kind of hits close to home. I've recently learned myself that you have to prioritize family time. So I can get really caught up in games and my streaming and the like, and it can cause issues with my family. So I'm not prioritizing them. And my wife, unfortunately, had to, sit down and have an uncomfortable conversation with me, letting me know that I was spending more time and I was more focused on my games and my stream than I was on my family. And it did hurt. It wasn't the best experience I've ever had, but I had to take a step back and be like, you know what, she is right. I am neglecting my first mission and my first priority, which is my family. So you got to remember, there is a balance. So if there's, like a family event or, you have to get up from the whatever you're doing, pause it if you can. If you can't, some games are online now and you can't do that. You just have to put it down and walk away. Family events, I've been lucky enough that my wife is like, okay, since we have this on Tuesday, why don't you play on Wednesday? And then I had to get in the mindset of stepping away from what I'm doing when I'm needed. We had a minor emergency the other day, I think last week, where my daughter had got stuck in a chair and they had to come get me to get her out. But I had to be in the mindset that I needed to step away from what I was doing, put it down, no matter what was going on, and go attend to that. You feel like maybe some of you may feel like, you really didn't have to say that, but it was a learning experience for me. And it put me in the mindset that, hey, these things may happen and it's just, they come first. Step away from what you're doing. Tip number 4 is using gaming as a reward. So I found that, sometimes I wouldn't accomplish all my tasks and I would just start gaming or start streaming and then I'd feel a little guilt about it. So to neglect that and, to feel more accomplished and to get things done, I would use gaming as a reward. So I would make sure all my tasks, my daily tasks, my chores, whatever it is, I would get that done. And then I would work on something as far as improving my home. I still have an unfinished basement. I would work on something down there. And then it didn't have to be a big task either. It didn't have to be 30 minutes to an hour task. It could be a 15, 20-minute task, something to where I felt accomplished. And then I would use gaming as a reward. Okay, if I accomplish these things, I will go and be able to go play later. And tip number 5 is connecting with gamer dads. So that's part of the reason that I'm doing this. So you want to share your interest. I have found that majority of my community is gamer dads, and it's because we have a similar schedule and we have similar struggles, and we have kids and the like and stuff like that. So you want to connect with those people and support and provide tips and tricks that you may find that have helped you, and support each other and finding that balancing in dad life and gaming. And that's it, gamer dads. By following these tips, you can enjoy, gaming and while still being an amazing father and a husband. If you have any other tips or experiences, please share them. Please leave a comment below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Witty Tut for more content like this. Happy gaming, and I'll see you in the next video. God bless.